What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We are here for lesson 52, part B. We are in it to win it. These are the Powerpuff Girls. I'm Willy, and let's go. Also, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe and come back Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. We're here. So here we go. Glass, how do you say os papéis? To give us a like and subscribe and come back.
Professor, tá dando a principal. Paperwork.
Okay, paperwork, papelada. Okay, that works. And if it were specifically papéis, os papéis.
The papers.
The papers, very good. Chris, do you know how to say uma folha de papel?
Let me see. I think maybe a leaf of paper.
A leaf of paper. Good try.
Eu ia falar a mesma coisa.
Okay, so
I think it really.
one thing that we have to remember with paper is that it is one more thing that we usually use as uncountable in English, unlike Portuguese, where we use it as countable. So we can use papers, but for example, we don't say, I need a paper. If we are in class and we forget our notebook or something, we can't say, I need a paper. Okay, because in that case, when we're talking in general, we use it as uncountable. So just like when we talked about water or liquids, where we can say, what the heck? Who's singing?
Tá cantando aí.
So when we have a when we have things that are uncountable, we want to count them. Remember, we talked about bread, for example. We use loaf when it's a full loaf of bread. We use a piece of bread. A lot of different things that we can do to make an uncountable noun countable. So the same thing with paper. So we don't say a paper. We can say a little bit more formal is...
É lençol, né? Lençol de papel, é super interessante. Não, não é lençol.
Sheet. Paper
Close.
sheet.
A sheet of paper. A sheet of paper.
Lençol o quê? Isso daí mas essa palavra é feia, né, professor?
Remember, it's not the only meaning of sheet is lençol. It also is folha. A sheet is also folha.
Okay.
If it's not
Sheet.
a plant.
Sheet of paper.
A sheet of paper or a piece of paper.
E se eu quiser falar no plural?
So how would you say that?
Let me see. Sheet of papers.
Sheet of papers? No, because it would be, remember what's countable in paper. We're using as paper. We're using as uncountable. We're using sheet as countable. So it would be
sheets. Some sheet of paper. Okay.
Sheets with an S.
Sheets.
Some sheets seria algumas folhas.
Duas folhas de papel. Some piece of paper.
No. What's the pronunciation of the second word?
Pieces.
Second, of paper.
Some
piece.
What's the pronunciation of that word?
Pieces. Some pieces.
Yes, pieces. Pieces of paper.
Okay, some pieces of paper. Some pieces of
paper. And it seems to me that piece and pieces is the most common way to make an uncountable noun countable. Like, remember we talked about, if you say, I want a cake, then that means you want the whole cake, or I want a pie. I want a piece of cake. I want a piece of pie.
Okay.
So we have piece of cake, piece of pie, piece of paper. Piece is used in many different situations where we want to make an uncountable noun countable.
I want two pieces of paper. I want to know.
What is wanna?
I wanna eat.
What is that? What is wanna?
I want to.
Verbo.
Want to. Okay.
Want to. I
So
wanna
now pode
eat
ser. It's just
Okay.
give me 1 second, please. Okay. So I want to. Two pieces. That's the problem. You can't say I
okay.
want to 2 pieces. Okay. So in that case, it would have to be I want 2 pieces of.
Não posso falar, I want 2 pieces of cake.
What does I want again? What does it wanna mean?
Ok. I want
I
to.
want 2 pieces.
Eu quero,
ok.
professor, não é?
Huh?
I wanna. Eu quero, não é?
Eu quero, mas tem o to do verbo.
Ele tem um verbo na
Verbo,
frente,
ele
né?
Tá incluindo o
Pode
to
pôr
do
os
verbo.
Do
Não,
Não é
mas
qualquer
lembra? Tá, desculpa. Quando é gonna, a gente tira o to, porque no gonna tá incluso o to. E daí no
Também-
wanna, a gente pensa que é a mesma
também-
coisa.
dois.
É a mesma coisa. To tá incluso.
Pois é, então,
Só
I
que é o
wanna.
to do verbo. É to
É que
do
aqui
verbo,
fica
não
tutu.
to do
Fica
número.
esquisito, o Glass, isso que ele tá falando.
Exatamente.
Fica
Porque
tutu.
justamente por causa que está incluso, se você falar eu quero de verbo, right? Eu quero de verbo. Não tem verbo aqui. Não pode usar wanna.
É, mas o gonna também é um verbo, vou.
Ok?
Gonna
Então,
do
me
it.
dá um exemplo onde você pode colocar to depois de gonna.
Nenhum.
Exatamente. Você está concordando comigo que você não pode colocar
Não, mas
want
ali,
to.
obviamente, a gente vai saber que é to de 2 pedaços e não o to do verbo. I wanna
Ah,
2 pieces, não?
não,
realmente,
não pode
eu estou-
wanna add to do verbo. Não pode colocar to do verbo com to o número.
Ok, entendi.
Porque não tem verbo. Agora, I
Ah,
wanna,
Tá
Entendeu?
bom, entendi,
I
entendi.
wanna, I wanna
I wanna
eat.
eat 2 pieces. Tudo
Daí
bem.
sim, right? Porque
I
agora
wanna
tem
eat-
to do
entendi.
verbo junto com o
entendi.
verbo.
Tudo bem. Aí tem
É isso que eu ia falar. Sempre quando a gente fala o ana, o gonna, vem um verbo em seguida, né? O to, eu pensei que pertencesse ao próximo verbo já.
Yeah, cuidado com sempre, right? Mas, geralmente com
Geralmente é,
certeza.
né?
Yes, yes.
Wanna eat.
Minha irmã em inglês é pra capar mesmo.
I'm gonna go.
Você viu isso?
Né?
Tipo, I
I'm gonna
wanna...
go.
Mas é difícil
Ai,
pensar
Ana.
na hora que vai falar. I wanna...
What's that? Go ahead, Glass.
Nada, I wanna...
Vai, Garcia, manda a pau.
Não, eu vou
Vai.
me... não, tá, entendi. Difícil,
So,
né? Pensar nisso.
Agora, Helen, por que nós temos que cuidar com dizer sempre? Porque se for nós podemos falar, por exemplo, I want a
Isso,
pizza.
yes.
I want a pizza.
I wanna.
Mas isso
Eu
é
quero pizza. I wanna eat.
yes.
I want
Só
a
I
cake.
wanna eat.
I want a pizza. I want a cake.
Agora wanna não é só want to. So, nesse caso, nós temos I wanna eat. Mas a redução também de want a,
É wanna?
I want a pizza.
Sabia não.
Que fica
Ok.
want a, right? I want a pizza.
I want a cake.
Se
I
for
want- Mas I want a
want
cake
a
significa
soda.
o quê? I want a cake significa o quê?
o bolo inteiro.
O bolo inteiro. Então,
I
cuidado,
wanna piece.
right? Cuidado.
Piece of cake.
Porque daí
Vou levar o bolo
já
inteiro
sai
da tua
do
casa.
dieta, né? Já sai da dieta. Daí dá
Então, você quer dizer que I wanna piece of
Oh,
cake.
mas
tá
gente,
certo. Não,
hoje,
calma, uma vez.
hoje tá terrível por
eu
aqui.
sei.
Então, uma pessoa por vez, fazendo favor, começando.
Ok,
Helen,
Hells, vai você.
Vai,
Helen,
Hells.
por-
Não, se ela quisesse levar o bolo todo, ou comer o bolo todo, é I wanna a roll cake.
whole.
Ok.
Mas a coisa é, por causa que o falar I want a cake já indica, não precisa whole. Pode colocar,
Não?
mas só falando I want a cake, dá a ideia que você quer
já
um
é
bolo
todo.
inteiro.
O bolo todo.
So, por
Tá.
exemplo, what do you want for your birthday? Well, I know I want a cake. right? I know I want a cake. Eu sei que eu quero bolo para o meu aniversário, right?
I know.
Eu tenho que especificar que eu quero só um pedaço?
Mas aqui, para meu
Eu
aniversário,
vou-
eu não quero pedaço, eu quero bolo inteiro para a festa, right? So I want a cake I want a cake that's good. I want a cake for my party, right? So in that case, I want a whole cake. I don't have to say whole, but I can say I want a whole cake. But it sounds strange, right? Why wouldn't you want a whole cake? If you say I want a whole cake, they're like, well, yeah, we weren't going to give you half a cake for your birthday. We're going to give you a whole cake. So you don't need to say whole. But in the case of if you're at somebody else's party and somebody asks, oh, what do you want? Oh, I want a cake. Well, no, you can't have the whole cake. You can have a piece of cake, but you can't have the whole cake.
Ok.
Good stuff. Okay, so did you have a question, Basti? Oh, am I frozen again?
That's okay.
I'm
Não,
freezing.
I want a
again.
cake. I want a cake and I want a cake sem o A. É a mesma, pode falar os dois.
I want cake.
Não.
Eu quero bolo. Oh.
Tô falando do wanna. I want a cake.
Right, mas você disse sem right? A segunda
Ou,
foi sem.
ou sem, dá para usar wanna. I want a cake and I wanna a cake. Pode ser
Não.
qualquer. Não, tem que ser.
Yeah,
wanna-
porque yeah, good question. Essa wanna é want a, então já tem a.
entendi.
Então se você colocar a é repetir.
E eu posso falar I want a piece of cake, mas sem
Sure.
o A. Ah,
Não,
sempre tem o A daí.
Well, não,
caso,
vai ter
quando usa
a,
wanna.
porque é
quando usa wanna.
yeah, I want a piece of cake.
Tá, desculpa.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
I want a piece of cake. I want to let's see. I want to let's see what do I want? I want a piece of pie actually. I want a piece of blueberry pie. That's what I really want. My mom's blueberry pie.
Blueberry pie. Apple pie.
Okay, here we go. So that was all about a sheet of paper, a piece of paper. That's what we started with anyway. Helen, how would you say é melhor ler o jornal do que a papelada?
It's better to read the newspaper than the paperwork.
Very nice.
Yes.
Perfect. Fantastic. Friday, how would you say eu quero jornal?
I I want a paper.
Okay.
Oh,
so-
newspaper. That's
Right. So if it's in context, if we're at, do you guys know what newsstand means? What a newsstand is?
Newsstand.
Newsstand. Yes.
As notícias recentes.
No. Good guess, but no. A newsstand, I'm not sure if it's together or separate because we don't have them where I'm from. In big cities, they have those kiosks, de jornal. Right? That's a newsstand.
Tá, ok. Newsstand é
É tipo um stand mesmo.
Nosso
Banca
caso,
de revista, banca de revista, banca de jornal.
Banco de
banquinha.
jornal? Okay, good.
Banca.
Okay. So that's a newsstand. So if you are at a newsstand and the man at the newsstand says, "Can I help you?" and you say, "I want a paper," no problem, right? Because paper is the nickname for newspaper. So inside of context, it's obvious.
Ok.
But if you have in your bag, you have a newspaper, and you go to you see your friend on the street and you say, "Hey, I have a paper." They won't know. They'll think it's a piece of paper, right? They won't know it's a newspaper. So depending on the context, you can say paper to mean newspaper, or you might have to
Okay.
say newspaper if it's not obvious. All right. Chris, ask Helen if she reads every day.
Helen, do you read every day?
Posso responder? No, every day. No, I don't read every day.
Okay. How often do you read?
I don't read. Hã?
You don't, how often do you read?
Muito raramente.
Okay,
Não,
so
brincadeira, estou brincando. Ler livros, raramente.
okay, let's
Mas
try
outra-
let's try and use our
Ler
English.
notícias e tudo eu leio todo dia, every day.
Okay. So
Ah,
out of all of
verdade.
that,
Okay. Every day?
what was your
News.
answer? I
Okay.
didn't understand the answer. What
I
was your
read
answer?
news every day.
I read the news
I read
the news
the news every day.
every day. And the interesting thing about saying I read the news is that you can read the news in the newspaper, you can read it in a magazine, you can read it online.
Uh-huh.
Right? I read the
Online,
news every
online.
day. So
So do I.
Online.
I use Google News, the app. So I read the news.
YouTube News.
YouTube, yeah, YouTube News. You have,
YouTube News.
yeah, there are a lot of different news possibilities on YouTube, right? From
Nossa, devia tribuna mesmo, não? Essas coisas de news. Tribuna, o
What's that?
professor não conhece a tribuna?
Tribune. I know Tribune, but in the US, Tribune is the name for a newspaper a lot of times. Like
Newspaper.
Ah, é?
Yeah.
Aqui também, só que é um jornalzinho. Só que não.
Em Santos. Santos é a tribuna.
there you go. The Seattle Tribune, actually. I don't know. I think actually they might have gone out of business, but there used to be the Seattle Tribune, I think. Chris, what were you going to say about you and Paulo?
Oh, Paulo reads every day the New York Times.
Paulo reads.
Paulo reads every day.
What does he read? Paulo reads.
Paulo reads a newspaper. No.
The New
Paulo
York Times.
reads the New York Times every day.
Every day. Remember
Nossa,
frequency.
é mesmo?
Frequency. Yeah.
Every day.
Uau!
Wow. Yeah, it's only fancy people in Chris's house. I wouldn't
That's
be
no
able to.
problem.
I wouldn't be able to go to Chris's house because I'm not fancy enough. So
Okay, no problem.
Helen could, but I'm not fancy enough. All right, Helen,
De
answered.
novo?
Just answered. I said I caught myself. Glassy. Eu leio as notícias. Eu leio o jornal quando eu posso. Eu leio o jornal quando eu posso.
I read the newspaper when I can.
Very good. Mhm.
The,
When I can, só?
the
When I can.
newspaper. Okay.
When I can. Yep. Because can is a strong verb. It's an auxiliary verb, so it's not
Yes.
medroso.
Uhum.
So let's suppose we're on our trip to Seattle. All of us are going to Seattle. And we want to buy a newspaper in a hotel gift shop. We want to buy a newspaper in a hotel gift shop. How would you say, Chris? Eu preciso achar jornal.
Hi, can I have a newspaper? Can I have a newspaper? I need
Okay.
to find a newspaper.
Okay, that's good. That's good. How would you say, Helen? Eu preciso de jornal em português.
I need a newspaper. Em português? I need a newspaper in Portuguese.
In Portuguese, yeah, in Portuguese. Uh-huh. Could I say I need a Portuguese newspaper? Is that possible? Wow, Glass, that was fast.
Eu lembro você explicando isso.
And what did I explain?
Não presta muita coisa.
Do you remember what I said about a Portuguese
É que é como
newspaper?
se fosse o nome do jornal, né? Não?
É um adjetivo.
É um adjetivo, né?
Um adjetivo.
Adjetivo, ou seja,
Gramática, sabe?
de Portugal, right? So a Portuguese newspaper is from Portugal. An English newspaper can be, so it could be em português ou pode ser de Portugal. Mesma coisa se eu falar in English newspaper, pode dar confusão, porque pode ser em inglês ou pode ser jornal em inglês.
Ah, entendi. Então, é melhor falar depois? Do you
It's better
have
to say
a newspaper in Portuguese?
yeah.
Okay.
That way, there is no question. There is no confusion. There's no question. They know that you want a newspaper in Portuguese. That is written in Portuguese.
Ok.
Good. How would you say, Glassy? How would you ask the salesperson? Você tem jornal em português?
Do you have a newspaper in Portuguese?
Good. Eu quero lê-lo, Chris. No, but I want to make it harder. Se tiver, eu quero lê-lo.
If you have, I wanna read them.
So
You said plural?
yeah, so
Okay.
se
If you
tiver,
have, I'd like to read them.
so if you have, if it's them, why them? Why plural?
Eles. Você falou os jornais?
We were talking about, so it was, do you have, so Glass asked, do you have a newspaper in Portuguese? Right?
Okay. If you
Se
have,
tiver.
I'd like to read the one.
The one. So what's the best way to say the one? Se
The one.
tiver. Because we don't say the one.
I'd like to read it.
Yes. If you have.
If you have, I'd like to read it.
Have is medroso. Yes or no?
Yes.
If you have it.
If you have it, se for jornal específico, right? Mas eu não quero só jornal, eu quero qualquer jornal em português.
If you have them.
Não é plural, eu só quero Glass, what is it?
One.
If you have one.
If you have one,
I'd like to read it. Agora, o it se refere ao one que eu já coloquei na frase.
Ok.
Okay? So aqui não pode ser it, porque não estou falando somente de jornal específico, estou falando de qualquer jornal em português. Agora que eu coloquei o one, aí eu posso usar o it para se referir a esse one.
Okay.
Now, if I say, do you have the Folha de São Paulo? If you have it, I'd like to read it. Then yes, because then I'm talking about one specific newspaper.
Okay.
All right. Helen, onde eu posso encontrar jornal em português?
Where I can find a newspaper in Portuguese.
Depois de where can, eu não ouvi muito bem.
Where I can find a new jornal.
You said, this time you said, right, you said where I can. What's the problem with where I can?
Where can I find a newspaper in Portuguese?
Good.
Please.
And yeah, good. Please. Good. And maybe you said that the first time, I don't know, but I didn't hear it. So I know the second time it was where can I? So now, Helen, how would you ask? Você sabe onde posso achar jornal em português?
Do you know where I can find it? Do you know where I can find a newspaper in Portuguese?
Yes, that is correct. Rock on. Yes, very good.
Rock on.
Do you know? Because of do you know, then where I can,
Please,
not where can I.
please.
Very good. Falto, please. Yes. don't faltar, please. All right. Glass. Onde eu posso encontrar jornal? Right? So onde eu posso encontrar?
Where can I find it?
Where can I find it? Yep. or one, dependendo. Pode ser where can I find one or where can I find it. Agora que já identificamos, pode usar it. Chris, how would the salesperson point to the other side of the store and say, os jornais ficam para lá?
Okay, the newspaper are over there.
Do we say dois pão in English?
No. The newspaper are
Newspaper
jornais.
are os jornais, right?
the
Sim.
newspapers.
Now, yeah, now we're
The
talking.
newspapers are over there.
There we go. And now we're not saying dois pão. Good. The newspapers are. Helen, how would you say? Eu vou pegar jornal, então.
Pegar. I am going to take a newspaper. Then I.
Okay.
No.
So calma.
Take,
So
take.
okay. What happens if I say take? Take pode
Parece que você
ser.
vai roubar, você vai tirar.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Good.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Okay.
So not always, but there is a possibility,
So,
right? So if we're already talking about the fact that I want a newspaper and I say I'm going to take a newspaper, then it's okay, right? But if you just say, if you're talking to your friend and you're outside a store or outside or away from a newsstand, you say I'm going to take a newspaper, then it sounds like you're going to steal it.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's another one that context is important. In this context where you're already talking about it, it's not going to be a big deal. Because, for example, if you go to McDonald's and you're going to order food at McDonald's, you can say, I'll take this and that, right? I'll take this and that. So in that case, it's obvious that you are not saying that you're going to not pay. Okay, so there's a little bit of context also.
Eu posso usar melhor o get, não é?
Yeah, and get doesn't have.
Nesse contexto de você entrar no supermercado para comprar alguma coisa.
You can always use get.
Okay. Nós
Yeah, you can. I think I'm not going to say always because every time I say always, there's always one exception. But I can't think of any time that you couldn't use get to say pegar. That it
Eu
would
sei
be
porque
strange.
eu já me ferrei com isso. Meu filho deu um chute na minha canela, sabia? Dentro do supermercado. Tô brincando. Né? Mãe, take, se eu usar take aqui, é você tirar e levar, como se estivesse roubando. Né?
Yeah.
Eu
Não,
nunca
mas
mais
você vai
esqueci.
pegar e levar,
Sabe?
eu
Eu
acho
nunca
que
mais
poderia,
esqueci.
não, professor?
What's that?
Se você vai trazer um jornal, você pode usar take, não?
Trazer it would be bring.
Pegar e trazer, por exemplo.
então,
Se você usar o take,
I'm gonna buy.
no sentido que você não
Yeah.
vai pagar, que você vai tirar e pegar. Take é você pegar e tirar, você está tirando de um lugar. Se você falar isso no supermercado, é como se você não fosse pagar a mercadoria.
So here's where the subtlety of it. If you are asking for someone to give you something, then you can use take. So for example, when I order at McDonald's, I don't go and get my food and then go and pay, right? I pay before I get my food. So they're going to give it to me. In that case, I can use take. If you go to a convenience store and before you say, for example, you want donuts, I'm going to take donuts. That sounds strange because you can put it in your pocket and leave. But the cigarettes are behind the counter. So if you go to the counter and you say, I will take Marlboro Reds. I will take Marlboro Reds. So then the person goes and gets it for you. So if it's a situation where the person is going to get it for you and bring it to you or hand it to you, you can use take. But if it's a situation like at a supermarket, for example, you're not going to go, I'm going to take some bread. If you say, I'm going to take some bread, then it sounds like you're going to steal it because no one is going to bring that to you. No one's going to hand it to you. No one's going to bring it to you. But if you're at the deli If you're at the deli and you want meat, you can say, I'll take some ham. I'll
What
take
is that?
some
Que isso?
deli. What is deli? Does anybody know?
Deli.
Deli is where they cut the meat and the cheese and and they fry things. You can get fried food, and they cut meat and they cut cheese.
Eu ia falar açougue, mas peraí, corta queijo também, então...
Yeah, it's not the butcher. There's the butcher and then there's the deli. So let me
Corta os teus.
actually.
O que é deli? Deli ralado? Ralado? Não?
It's where you get your coisas raladas. It's
Não
so
tem
it's
nome para isso.
huh?
Aqui não tem nome para isso.
No, but it's not very common to have that. I've never seen that in Brazil.
Tá bom, vocês têm um nome para um lugar que corta frios, então...
True. Yeah, but you can also get fried food there.
Delicatessen.
Yeah, it comes from delicatessen. The full name is delicatessen. So I don't know. Obviously I live in the middle of nowhere, so of course we're not going to have a store with a deli here. But I don't know if like Pão de Açúcar maybe has
didn't
it.
say anything.
We don't. I know. Yes, I beat you to it. I don't know if if a place like Pão de Açúcar has that kind of thing. Walmart in the United States has it. Every Walmart has a deli.
Nós temos na padaria.
Mas é uma área mais sofisticada. Delicatessen aqui é uma área mais sofisticada dentro da padaria.
Que corta frios, mas não corta carne, né? Então, por isso que tá escrito. Mas tudo bem.
Não,
Like
mas
this.
eu entendi.
So you'll have a cold case, and then there will be some ham or some kinds of things that will already be cut, but you can order like I would like 6 ounces or 10 ounces or 15 ounces of smoked turkey, and then they slice it for you. You can say I want it sliced thin or I want it sliced thick.
Entendi.
Smoked turkey. É o peito de peru defumado, é isso?
Exactly. So here's another one. So here you go, fresh deli meats and cheeses. So this is where these ones are already cut, but you can see like this right here. You see these meats here? You can ask to have them sliced, and they will slice them on their slicer, and you can get them thinly sliced, or you can get them thickly sliced, or you can just ask for these meats here.
Quando você falou meat, eu achei que fosse carne, assim, porque salame também é meat para vocês?
But remember, so just like in Portuguese, você tem carne que é todo tipo e tem carne que é beef, right?
Sim.
So in English, meat não é carne de boi só. Meat é qualquer tipo de carne. Chicken, pork, fish, they're all meat. Yeah.
Willy, how can I ask for some of that, some of deli, some of.
You can ask for deli meat, but they need to know what kind. So, for example, my example was smoked turkey breast.
How can I
smoked
say?
Turkey breast.
Please, can I have 1 kilo? No. Can I have
a pound?
Uma of smoked turkey.
Sure. Or half a pound. I don't remember now in my head.
Okay. The measures are different.
Okay. Can I finish? So I don't remember because of kilos and pounds. My weights are kind of mixed up, but I think we like half a pound. I think is normal for like to get half a pound of cheese or half a pound of meat and my favorite, for example, is smoked ham. I love honey glazed ham. So it's ham that's cooked with honey on the outside. Oh, so good.
Em inglês, a gente fala assim, olha, eu quero 300 gramas de peito de peru. Como eu peço isso em inglês?
So you're going to use 1/4 of a pound or half a pound or ounces, either pounds or ounces.
Pound of ounces.
No, a pound or ounces.
Pound or ounces.
1 pound, or for example, I don't remember how many ounces. Let's go. I don't know. Let's 75 ounces.
Ok.
O que é isso, gente?
Ounces.
Ok.
And it's
Realmente
OZ.
não entendo nada.
É que a gente precisa ver como que a gente faz a conta para ter
Yeah,
noção de quanto
exactly.
é. Eu não sei, tem
Eu
uma,
entendo,
tem
eu já
uma
ia fazer
conta.
assim, I want...
Depois eu ponho no grupo, eu vou procurar pôr no grupo. Mas é assim,
Ok.
a gente não, eu vou pedir 200 gramas de presunto, quem na heavy, não vou pedir 200.
Não, sim. Eles
Eu não sei
usam
quanto é,
quilos.
entendeu? Eu não sei quanto é, mas é pounds,
A medida?
200 gramas, por exemplo, gramas é pounds? Deixa eu ver.
Oops, I spelled ounces
Acho que
wrong.
não vende por grama.
É difícil,
So if you
sabia?
look,
Outro não.
200 grams is 7 ounces. So if you wanted exactly 7 ounces, or if you wanted it almost exactly 200 grams, you would ask for 7 ounces.
Ok.
Oops, I forgot to share it. So here's where I found that. So 200 grams is 7.05479 ounces.
Tem uma coisa que eu nunca vou entender, as medidas, negócio de altura.
Yeah, they're
tudo muito
stupid.
Aqui no Brasil é muito mais fácil.
Metro, para mim, é
It's-
muito mais óbvio do que o que vocês usam. Não é complicado.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's ridiculous.
Mas
I agree.
saber.
I agree with that. It's ridiculous that we use what we
Não,
use.
não é, acho que é costume, né, professor?
No, it's ridiculous because the whole world uses it then, and it's also broken up better. The metric system is broken up better because you have 100, then you have 100, you have 100, you have 1,000, where we have, for example, we have 3 feet in a yard. So we have a yard and it's 3 feet. It's not like 100 of something. It's broken up all. It's ridiculous.
It's very hard for us.
I'm 100% for using the metric system in the United States and using liters instead of gallons and
Gallons.
yeah.
Yes.
But it'll never happen. Never,
Okay.
ever.
Yeah.
Not even when Jesus comes, it won't happen. The Americans are too stubborn, even if that happens. All right.
Yes, I know they are. Se for que nem o professor, então, Deus me livre.
I don't remember where we are, but let's go with Chris. Quanto custa? Yeah, go for it.
Falou um monte de coisa, colocou outras coisas no meio, eu não entendi, enfim, como é que ficaria Então, eu vou pegar um jornal? Como é que
So what
ficaria?
did we say? What did Chris say? Chris, how would that be?
I'm gonna get
I'm gonna get a newspaper.
I'm gonna get a newspaper. Yep, that's it. That reminds me. So, well, okay, let's go with Chris. I can't remember where we're at. So, quanto custa?
If you were a question,
If it
please.
were,
If it were a question, will be, please, can you get a newspaper for me? Can you get a newspaper for me?
Yeah, but it would depend on where you are. It depends on where the newspapers are and where you are. If you're in New York and the newspapers are not close to the person, that they'll say, go get it yourself.
Okay.
Because that's New York, right?
Não, ok. Mas eu não
Yeah.
preciso de comprar. Eu posso falar.
Can you get it for me? Because remember, get also means buscar.
É
Can
verdade.
you get that for me? Você pode buscar para mim ou pegar para mim? So
Mas não
if
tem o
you're,
sentido de pegar e pagar. Isso que eu estou te perguntando. Não tem o sentido.
yes, it does. One of the meanings is to buy. Yes.
Ok.
Yeah. So, for example, I'm going to get gas. Eu vou comprar gasolina. Eu vou abastecer, mas vou comprar gasolina. I'm going to get a newspaper. Eu vou comprar jornal.
Ok.
Ou se você estiver na biblioteca e você falar, I'm going to get a newspaper, você vai, não é comprar naquele sentido. Aí daí é pegar. So it depends. So remember, get and take are all about context because there are 20 plus meanings. So it's completely about context. What's the context? Where are you? What are you doing? All of those kinds of things.
Pro get ter sentido de comprar, eu tenho que estar perto da mercadoria?
Não.
É isso? Não.
Não.
Como que você sabe Se é para comprar, se eu
Because-
estou pedindo para você comprar ou pegar.
So it really
Depende do contexto.
usually it doesn't matter, right? So, and it'll be obvious. So if you're at a store and you say, get me a newspaper, then I'm asking you to bring me, and if you're with me, I'm asking you to bring me a newspaper, and then I'm going to buy it. So I could say, get me a newspaper. I'm going to get one. Right. So I could use get for you to go get the newspaper, bring it to me, and then use get to buy it. Most of the time, it's not going to matter if I say I'm going to get a newspaper. It depends. If I say I'm going to get a newspaper at the store, then you know it's buy. If I'm going to get a newspaper at the library, then you know that it's not buy.
Okay.
And tonight, Chris sounds like I have a student who lives in Bolivia who
Tá muito quente aqui, gente. Eu fui abrir essa porta que eu não estou aguentando. Então,
Vai entrar muriçoca.
Hã?
Vai entrar muriçoca.
Tem aquelas portas americanas de tela, ó.
Tá.
Elas abrem todas para fora.
How do you call that? I sound like a Brazilian.
Como você chama essas portas essas portas de
How
tela?
would you ask that? How would you ask that in English?
American door.
No. How would you ask como se chama?
I don't know.
Who can help? Can anybody help? Como se chama essa porta em inglês? How would you ask that? Nobody.
Tanto jeito, né, professor?
I have no idea.
Então me dá se tem
How
tanto.
does it call? Como é chamado? How does it call? Não é?
Nope.
How can we say this? Ela aponta, tipo... tipo, não tem o quê?
What's
Ah, tá.
that door called in...
Como se chama, right? What's it called? Not how do you call it, which is what I wanted to say.
Não. Você não você estava pensando outra coisa, gente.
I already think in Portuguese, so...
Eu estava pensando que era o nome das portas.
What's that? So, okay. What's that door called in English? It's called...
Porta francesa.
It's called a screen door.
Screen door.
Screen door.
Screen, yeah.
Ah, é tela, igual aqui?
Yeah. So a screen, just like tela, like at the movies, movie screen.
Okay, it's called a screen door.
Mas eu não sabia.
We also have screens on the windows. Oh, we
Sim.
also have screens on the windows.
Tela na janela.
Helen, o jornal custa $3.
Ellen.
Baby.
Eu estou pensando, classe.
Ah, desculpa, achei que você...
Nossa.
É mais
Esse
fácil
aí.
da gente.
Exigente.
The newspaper cost $3.
Close. What if you put a pronoun for the newspaper, what would the pronoun be? Helen? It. So how do we conjugate verbs with it? After it.
Costs. Costs.
Arara. Costs.
Depois sou eu animal, né, professor?
Costs.
Você fala que eu sou um animal, olha, isso tá imitando bem as tararas.
Yes, but I didn't say which one though.
$3.
Ah, eu imagino
Newspaper costs.
Talvez uma
And newspapers costs.
What's the easier way to say that?
If you want to read a newspaper, you have to have $3.
That wasn't the easier way, but that was another way. That works. That's another way. What's the easier way to say o jornal custa $3?
It's
the newspaper. The newspaper is $3.
The newspaper is $3.
Yeah, but you can say costs if you want to. I mean, It especially once you're able to say costs, it's kind of fancy. So I mean, it costs, and you can even say it. You can put your nose up. You can put your nose up and even use a British accent. It costs. It costs $3. £3.
Nossa,
It costs.
Gente,
It costs
$3.
three pounds
$3.
sterling. £3 sterling.
Nossa, pode ser caro.
Isso é muito mais fácil, né?
Esse é caro.
Yeah, that's right. Because £3 is what? It's like $15 or something. I don't know. It's about $15.
Como é que você pronunciou libra esterlina? Como é que você falou?
Pound sterling. I don't know if they even say that. They
Okay.
They say pounds, I think.
Achei chique.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was
Chique.
trying to be as fancy as possible, but
Oh my goodness.
Glaci, eu gostaria de comprar 2 jornais, por favor.
I'd like to buy 2 newspapers, please.
Yes. So remember that the S in that word is a Z sound, right? Not police, because it sounds like police.
Please.
Policia. Please, zebra.
Please.
Please, zebra.
Please.
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 Okay.
Chris.
Please. Okay.
Chris, aqui estão $6.
Here is $6.
Yeah, and most native speakers would just say, here's another Z, zebra. Here's $6. Here's $6.
Here's o Z.
But because of the ZS, the Z goes straight into the S. So it's almost like here's this.
Okay.
Here's
His.
not his. Daí
Não,
já muda para
his.
dele, right? His,
His.
daí here's, tem que ter o porta. Here's
Here's
Here's.
$6.
Here's $6. That's
$6.
it.
Dollars.
That's it. How would you say, Helen, eu não leio todos os dias, mas eu vou ler esse jornal. Tudinho.
I don't read every day, but I will read esse jornal?
Yep.
This newspaper.
And how would you say esse jornal tudinho?
All this newspaper.
Very close. Very good. Very, very close. All of this newspaper. So when we have all of us, todos nós, all of this newspaper, all of this cake, all of this, right? Or you can also say the whole thing. The whole thing. So you can say all of whatever it is. Come on, type. All of whatever it is. Or you can say, if it's a thing, you can say the whole thing. I'm going to eat the whole thing, all of the pie, the whole thing. I'm going to read the whole thing. I'm going to watch the whole thing. So for example, I rented all of the Harry Potter movies, all of the Harry Potter saga on Netflix. I'm going to watch the whole thing.
Okay.
How many hours would that be? What is it, like 3 hours each? And there are how many? 8 movies? 8 times 3, 24 hours. That's like a whole day of watching. My goodness.
More than one day, a whole day. More.
You think? Isn't it?
Much more.
8 movies. How many are they? 3 hours? They're probably more than 3 hours, aren't they? I don't think it's much more. I think I challenge you on that. I challenge you on that. I don't think it's much more, because if it's, they're probably about what, 3.5 hours each. If you say 4 hours, yeah, you might be right. That would be interesting to find out. Can you guys tell that I had some coffee? I'm starting to go. We have some Starbucks now. We don't have Starbucks, but we have Starbucks coffee.
Starbucks latte.
No, we don't have Starbucks.
Curitiba vai
but
abrir, viu, professor?
we can buy the what?
Em Curitiba vai abrir uma Starbucks.
That you don't have it yet? What are you
Não,
in the middle of?
não
What are you
tem
in?
Palmas, já tem, professor?
Of course not. But we live with Indians. we live with Indians. You guys are supposed to be. Oh, we're in the first world. Whatever. All right.
Brazilian?
Olha,
Oh, yeah, there are
Será?
lots.
fazer o que esse Curitiba é o primeiro mundo do Brasil? Desculpa, perfeito.
Curitiba, first world. First world. That's perfect. I agree with you, Glass. I
Pior
agree
que
with you.
foi eleita a melhor cidade do Brasil para se morar, aliás, sempre
That's
eleita.
it.
Yeah,
That's
mas
it.
só perguntaram
Que
Curitibanos.
eleição
Okay,
aqui em
Glassy,
Brasília.
how would you
Aqui é
say?
a melhor cidade.
There you go. So let the fight begin. Glassy, how would you say? Esses dias estou lendo todos os dias.
These days I am reading every day. Ah, não sei. É isso mesmo.
Yeah.
These days, I'm reading every day.
Okay, very good. Let's check our friends. How are our friends? Not very interesting pictures. Friday looks like she's not too interested.
Olha minha cara, gente, eu tenho que pintar meu cabelo, tô demais.
What do you know? Raphael is back. Welcome back, Raphael. And my computer's so slow. Come on. It's frozen. I gotta give me a second and I'll try and look at the.
Como que a Helena está conversando aqui também?
A cara dele, tô pensando.
Look at her.
Tá dando palpite aqui? Por que não fala ao vivo aqui?
Fico nervosa e não sai não. Ah, come on, man.
Ficou falando aí.
This sucks. My computer is not working with us. Okay, maybe I have it. There we go. Hello. So, Felipe, remember, not hello for all. Now é por todos, é para todos. So, hello to, actually, we would just say hello, everybody, or hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
That's one of those situations where we don't usually use all, unless you say hello, all of you, but still it's better hello, everybody, or hello, everyone. I want a piece of cake. Yes, I want a piece of cake. Why it's written Friday instead of Glassy's name on the screen. So, Rafael, remember, why is it written? Why is Friday written? Why is Friday written instead of Glassy's name on the screen? So a couple of little hiccups there. Glassy, do you want to explain why it was Friday and not Glassy?
Explica você.
Because it was hot. It was Halloween, and she had an amazing Friday costume. Friday from the Addams Family.
Okay.
Jailton, hi, good to see you. Helen is talking in a strange language. What is it? Portuguese? Ah. Kelly, do nada o YouTube me mandou para essa live. Oh, nice. Hey, thanks for coming, Kelly. Kelly Cooley, thanks for coming. I read the papers every day. I read the newspaper whenever I can. Sure. Quando eu puder, that works. Whenever instead of when. Yeah, whenever, em qualquer oportunidade, whenever, that works.
Okay.
So be careful, I need a Portuguese's newspaper. It would be owned by a Portuguese person. So that sounds weird if it's already owned by somebody else, because you have the apostrophe S, then that's possessive and it's not an adjective. So I need a Portuguese newspaper, not Portuguese's. In case you have it, so you have is medrosa. So in case you have it, I want to read it. Yeah, if you have it, or in case you have it. Have you got a newspaper in Portuguese? That works too. Do you have or have you got? Where can I? A newspaper in Portuguese. Do you know where I can find a newspaper in Portuguese? Very good. The newspapers are cross over there. So instead of cross, so to cross is go across. You would say the newspapers are across, and you wouldn't need over there. The newspapers are across. Like for here, you say cross the street. Cross the street is to move, to cross, but across is on the other side. So in this case, for example, you would say across the street. For example, the newspapers are across the street. If for some reason the newspapers were on the other side of the street, you would say across the street. So that's actually very good. I need to do a reel about that. Cross and across. So cross is the verb. To cross the street is to go from one side of the street to the other. Across means no outro lado da rua, or no outro lado da rua, or Or it can also be across the room, outro lado da sala, outro lado do quarto or anything. Pus cross antes da hora. Okay. Fico nervoso. There you go. Helen, I'm kidding, you rock. There you go. Very good. Could it be what we are used to call impor?
Ela usou o use to como usar. Mas não traduz assim, né?
Sorry?
É passado. Use it to é passado. Uma coisa que você fazia e não faz mais.
Where are we? Where are you at?
Ok.
I don't know.
Quem falou? Deixa eu ver. Explica para ela. O Rafael. É o Rafael que escreveu lá.
Where?
Amiga, ele usou use.
Could it be?
Ali, ele usou.
What you are using
No.
to call-
What? Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Good, Chris.
Okay.
So here we're not going to have the verb to be. So we are used to means estamos acostumado. What we used to call, o que nós acostumávamos chamar, would be sem o verbo to be. Very good catch. Good catch there, lady. Nice job. Libras e onças. Onças. Is ounces? Ounces translates as onças? Is that true?
Onças.
It's interesting if it's true. Americans will use anything but the metric system. Just the other day, I saw a news report. So remember, news is another thing that is uncountable. Okay, so we don't count news. We don't say a news. So here it would need to say, I saw the news, or I saw on the news, or I saw a news report that said that there was a hole in a road the size of 2 washing machines. Okay, there you go. Or a mule can weigh, not can wait. Can weigh. Weight é peso, mas pesar can weigh sem ter 800 hamburgers. That's funny. Porta Americana, para que curso de inglês? I didn't understand. Just ask the door. Pergunta a porta. The newspaper costs $3. Willie's impersonating the American bald eagle.
A pergunta, não entendi, mas é sobre como pergunta. Como chama essa porta?
Okay. Ask the door.
What called?
Now I get it. Ask the door what it's called, what its name is. That's actually kind of fun. I like it.
Called?
It's just £3 or 47 reais.
English door.
Here it is $6. Here's $6. Here it is $6. Yeah, if you split the two, that works. All of this newspaper, eu pensei entirely. Yeah, not entirely. Entirely wouldn't work for this, but you could say I'm going to read all of this newspaper. That also works. Yep. I'm going to watch the whole Fast and Furious saga. So whole, be careful. Whole is buraco if it's H-O-L-E. If it's W-H-O-L-E is when it's completo. W-H-O-L-E, completo, H-O-L-E, buraco. Yeah, there you go. What is that? 1, 2, 3, like 2,856,778,876 of the Fast and Furious movies. There are a lot of Fast and Furious movies, almost that many. The best city to go to, faltou two. The best city to go to in Brazil is New York. That's funny. Rafael's funny.
Rafael, me defenda, é Curitiba.
All right, that's it for us, ladies. That's it for today. We will be back with more.
That's too bad, guys.
52. I need to go because I have another class right now. So thanks, guys. Come back on Monday at 7 p.m. We'll be back continuing with lesson 52. I am Professor Willy. These are the Powerpuff Girls. We'll be back next week. Until